going on, Jerome's? So there's been 5 billion storylines going on with the Vikings, and one of them is Harrison Smith's return to the field. So dealing with a personal medical issue throughout most of training camp in the first 2 weeks, Harrison went from the sidelines into the game last 2 weeks, and he's been playing a bit of a sub-package role, right? But easing him back in, Harrison Smith back, one more run. Will be beautiful to get him and Adam Jerome, Ezekiel Thielen a Super Bowl win one time. Would be great. And just anyone, anytime, anywhere, we're going to whoop somebody's ass. Former first-round pick out of Notre Dame, 2012. Do not look up the other first-round draft pick. Hi-ya. But Harrison, as we noted, things have been a little weird. Like the shroud of secrecy, and, of course, pointing out that it's going to be evaluated weekly, which is concerning. Right, but Harrison did return to the field week 3 against the Bengals. He did play a limited number of snaps, but did, of course, make a impact because even though he played 22 snaps against the Bengals, now that one sort of throw that one out because it was a blowout at halftime. And then a lot of players were given time off as some of the subs played, but 39 defensive snaps over 2 weeks, 17 against the Steelers, a 75 PFF grade, one catch for 8 yards and one target allowed in coverage, a 60.4 quarterback rating when thrown at, which is good. 3 tackles, 1 pass broken up, which directly led to Isaiah Rodgers' pick 6 against Cincinnati, which is fantastic. But the low snap count, 16.12%. Now we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. Where is it a spot where, especially since the Vikings been ravaged by injury, as well as maybe the Vikings need to beef up the linebacking core, so maybe Metellus drops down a little bit more. Is Harrison Smith's usage going to get ramped up more and more and more, or is he going to be saved mostly for those money downs, third down, red zone, etc., when his knowledge is going to be extremely valuable, right? And also in that Bengals game, he basically pushed Ivan Pace Jr. into an adjustment and a tackle for loss, which is something that doesn't show up in the stat box, but something that the Vikings seriously miss, right? And Harrison want this to be one last good ride, but also, long-term health-wise, is he okay, right? Because even though he made an impact against the Bengals and looked decent against the Steelers as well, he looked a little hesitant. Now, that could be him knocking off ring rust, and in a couple weeks, especially after the bye, he'll be good to go and back to looking like, the older veteran version of Harrison, right? But it's something to monitor. Like, if his snap count stays constant, no, but eventually it should be amping up. Maybe Harrison Smith will be a full-time player again towards the end of the season into the playoffs second season, which obviously would be very important to have him on the back end of the defense, because with Harrison Smith back there, you do have the freedom to move Josh Metellus around like Flores loves to do. Theo Jackson rising up, carry on my J-word son, solid special teamer. And Harrison Smith, even at an advanced age, you do want that experience out there. You do want that ability out there. So it is something to watch and something to monitor. Where, on watch back and checking out the All-22, he's certainly not the same as 2017 Harrison Smith. That's just an obvious one. But does he even look like the same Harrison Smith as last year? I don't know. All right, but again, giving him definitely a long leash, a lot of leeway as he works his way back in, and I'm sure that the Vikings and Flores and Kevin O'Connell will be smart about things. But also, it's very good that he did not pop up on the injury report at all last week. So hopefully that's something that continues, and hopefully he ramps up and gets back to being Harrison that we all know and love. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Is Harrison Smith good to go? Is he all right? We'll see. Let us know. Comment section, you guys are the best to do. Skol, production value.